Every single work I've ever made comes directly from some memory or experience that I have or something that I care about that I want to represent. And then there's that idea that dads are everywhere, police are everywhere, that everyone has a memory of their own father or the kind of officers or something that they bring to the work. So they know this man as well. They know what it feels like to have a memory of your father. They know what the cop at the donut shop or something is. They all have this kind of stereotype and a kind of personal memories in their own experience. Those early works especially, I realized early on when I would exhibit them that they are kind of invitations to people to reflect on their own memories. And so that work was kind of based on this memory that I had as a kid of my father, who was only a policeman until I was age 9, that he would get all suited up in this uniform and, you know, he'd kiss us goodbye before he'd go to work. And I just remember looking at him thinking, that's such a powerful uniform with all the bullets and the gun and all the patches and everything. And I just remember thinking, wow, he has this life outside of our house, this life outside of in the world. And there's a kind of power associated with that. But to me, he was just a really kind and gentle and loving man. And so it seemed kind of perfect to knit him as a policeman, because then he would be both things. He'd be that kind of person in the world, but he'd also be my kind of warm and cozy memory of him. Like when I was knitting my father as a policeman, I had this like vision that he would come out as this perfectly crafted man, just like perfect and just like this knitted man that was so lifelike. And then as I got closer and closer to finish, I was like, there's so much kind of little snags in it, and like the little police badge has the Hartford, Connecticut deer on it, and it looks like a dog because of the way it's knitted so roughly. And I think, wow, it's so rough and it's so homemade. It's so much kind of wobblier and less controlled than I thought it would be. And I just remember seeing that it had so much of everything I wanted to say in it. It was about gender and the differences of how gender demarcates your experience. So I was thinking of my father's life as a policeman that was at the same age I was there in art school knitting art and thinking about what it means to be a woman or be a lesbian. And so I was thinking about gender, and I thought even knitting as a material which is so traditionally associated with a kind of conventional femininity, I was really interested to see how it could be used in a different kind of relationship to scale, making things really larger with it, in a different relationship to gender. Once I started with that work, really there was probably 5 years of work actually that came right after it. It was like every work just followed each other in a kind of direct relation.